Hey guys, Buddy Guy Landman. I just want to talk to you guys today a little bit more about the phones. I've got actually about six phones that are all track phones and straight talks because I can walk in. The reason I do that is because different towns have different cards. When you walk into the some of the truck stops and stuff, they'll have those cards for sale there. So you can pick one up right there, and when you're in the area, you give the address or you give a bogus address. I mean, that's why it's so hard to find people. They nobody wants any of their information out there. That phone's private, and they pay for it. And it's if they don't want people calling on it, then they have that right. But when you're when you're using those phones, you should get that local number and you can dial from it so it shows up on their caller ID as a local phone number. But that phone is not necessary for any other purpose except for dialing out because with it forwarded to your primary phone number, you are just receiving the call on your phone number that you're advertising because you've gone to GoDaddy and paid 99 cents to get your phone number as a .com. If you haven't spent that dollar yet, then let's get on that. Go to GoDaddy and type your phone number in plus .com. It's gonna be available unless people start buying up phone numbers and trying to sell those too. But get in there and get your phone number while the getting's good, and have that. And you could even put some information about yourself up on that .com. And the whole reason behind even having a .com, there's not much on myminerallease.com except for my resume, where I've worked, where my experience comes from, and that's basically it. And I've got a statement about how I work, my work ethic and stuff that's up there. But those should be able to be found on some phones. But there's some phones that you're just going to use to get those local numbers and get that transferred over. But linking all of your stuff together, that's the whole reason you're staying on one phone number. Don't ever give up that phone number for anything. That's it's a number that's attached to you, almost like a social security number. That's your phone, and by having a phone like that, that's how you can get that phone more popular out there on the internet. Because let's face it, this if even if mom and pa out in the middle of nowhere doesn't have a computer, still phones are the thing, and other relatives and stuff can contact them. Through that number that you're unable to get, or they're not willing to give it to you at this time. So that's what I just want to talk to you about. Get a local number so you can dial from it if you're having issues. Only if you're having issues, and have a spare on you, and that you can just slip your SIM card in and keep operating because things happen. My phone's overheated from running maps on it and stuff, and I carry quite a bit of electronics on me when I'm out because when I go out for a long time. Because, for instance, tonight I signed a lease at 8 o'clock at night. I signed one at 8 o'clock at night, and I was on my way back over to the hotel. It must not have been 400 yards from here. But my phone rings, and there's another lady. She wants to sign the lease, but when I get over there, this one is a lot of questions and question every little thing, and why force majeure and instead of an act of God on the contract. It just gets deep, and you get to visiting and stuff. So to get them off of that and relax them a little bit, you start petting their dog or talking about some of the stuff that's around the house and what you have in common, and get to you're not there to argue with anybody. You're there to get a lease signed. So you need to do more listening than you do talking whenever they start telling you a story or something, and those stories can go on and on. But keep in mind that no lease is more important than the other lease unless you get into a threat situation where another company's threatening to put a well down close to your leasehold. That's because you missed that lease. But anyway, or you didn't lose the lease; it was just out of bounds. whatever that situation is. But keep the phones and keep your primary on you. So when you're out in the field, you want to carry your laptop because your laptop's going to have a bigger screen, especially for older people. I work off of my iPad. I prefer it, and I don't even like the newest one. That size is what I like for looking at addresses and following my software. I've got a couple different mapping softwares in there, and I keep my single account Google Earth updated all the time. There's things that you do to like I was talking about yesterday, is making your life easier, because getting out here, you're constantly on the go if you're doing your job right. There's one address to the next. Sign the lease if you can, if they're willing to wait. Michelle Cox today, my partner in life and the love of my life, she was working herself to the bone over there, and I called in 4 leases I got today, and there at the last second I got 2 more, and she generated those and emailed them to me. And I've got good rapport with this place that I stay in here. This is the Anchor River Inn in Anchor Point, Alaska, and these people are good to me. I go over there, and I've earned so much trust with them that I can go in there, and they allow me to come back through the kitchen, go into the business office, and open up my Google account and print leases. And she charges me a fair price for them, and I don't have to take out hand scribbled leases. So if they're patient with me, and I've been working that in here lately since I'm here for 5 days. But most likely, given the nature of what's going on out here, it's going to require boots on the ground. So having a calling force that's behind it, like there's a couple of different leasing aspects to this. There's WLS, or the leasing company, and then there's me, Buddy Guy Landman, and we're out here working towards a common goal. So that's why we use the Google Drive, because they can be on it, I can be on it, Alaska can be on it. So Houston here, Alaska, all working on one spreadsheet on the computer, and it shows the users at the top of the Google Drive who's in there. And if you click on their picture, it'll take you to whatever spreadsheet in there that they're working on, and it's highlighted. You can't change anything inside of that field as long as it's opened by another user in there. And there's no saving, there's no, oh, I lost my notes, there's any excuses for it. If you go in there and type a note in and X out the internet and go back and reopen your Google Drive, your note that you typed in is there. It saves everything you type in there. It's a fantastic thing. But if you use a lot of voice instead of keyboard like I do, I love talking to Siri. She's my traveling companion. She answers a couple good questions, and then she just kind of goes dumb. But after that, it's pretty much, burnout anyway. Short conversations with your phone. But I talk also with Dragon Voice software into my computer, because I can talk a lot faster than I can type. But anyways, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that today, and I hope it helps. If you have any questions, you can email me there, buddy@myminerallease.com. That's myminerallease.com if you have any questions, or if you're just starting out. You can join me on LinkedIn. I'm trying to keep a really strong LinkedIn. I use LinkedIn like most people use Facebook. But anyway, I think this video's drug on for long enough. I'm going to bring some more to you. I'm going to show you some of the equipment that I've got, and what people actually get when they hire me as a landman. They're getting office personnel, and they're getting 2 really good cars for running leases, and keep that in mind for you too. Know your worth. When you're hired as a landman, you have equipment. I have an Alien Aurora with 2 dual monitors. They're on one of my videos there. They're 42 inches each, because I open so many screens when I'm searching for somebody to get my time as effective as possible. But anyway, I could go on and on about it. There's so much; it's so detailed with the technology. But I'm gonna show some mail merge. I've gotten some emails about how to do that, and it's simply naming the field on your form and getting it in there. But I'm gonna do another video about more and more into the technology that I use, because that's how I get things done, is having the right technology and the right equipment. It's a little bit costly, but give me a like or something, or get mad at me, do whatever you need to do, but give me something down there that lets me know that I'm not just sitting around talking to myself. So subscribe to me, or click something down there. I got more videos coming at you live. Bye.